talking about.
Between 1968 and 1972, America launched 9 human missions to the moon.
This is so sick.
Successfully touched down, allowing 12 men to walk on the lunar surface.
That was fake. Yeah, right. I know that it was in a movie in a movie studio.
NASA's next chapter of lunar exploration, called Artemis, has the task of not just going to the moon to create a long-term human presence on and around it, but also to prepare for ever more complex human missions to Mars. In short, everything we must be able to do here, we must first do here. So, what will an Artemis mission?
Dude, that's so bitch made. It's just like a 3-day fucking journey, dude. Whatever, who cares? Like, it's like fucking flying to Australia and back a couple times.
Look like. Everything is designed and tested with our most important element in mind, the astronauts. This is their deep space, human-rated spacecraft called Orion, built in 3 parts. The crew module, where up to 4 astronauts will live and work throughout the flight. The service module, with life support systems for the crew.
Dude, this is freelancer, okay? The closer we get to freelancer, the better it is. And the hilarity is that this will probably happen before that fucking that second game comes out. What is it? Starship Star Alliance or whatever the fuck it's called. The same guy that made Freelancer made what? A Star Citizen, yeah. We'll actually have like Star Citizen IRL before fucking Star Citizen comes out. Sorry, Nick Pogo.
Its own engine and fuel reserves, and a launch abort system with engines capable of pulling the crew module to safety during launch should anything go wrong. To accomplish the task of launching our crew and heavy payloads, NASA is building the Space Launch System, comprising of a cargo hold, an exploration upper stage, a massive core stage, and 2 extended solid rocket boosters. Altogether, this is the world's most powerful rocket, and it exceeds
How can you be so ignorant as to think it would be so easy? You clearly have no clue how much work goes into this Pogo is on.
Sitting on the launch pad, the entire rocket, fully fueled, weighs just over 6 million pounds, 5.2 million of which is just the fuel. Once ignited, there is no stopping what comes next. All 4 RS-25 engines and the 2 solid rocket boosters come to life, thundering our
The problem with the moon
upwards.
base for that purpose of refueling is that if you already did the work to get into orbit, why land on the moon just to burn more fuel to leave it? Unless the fuel comes from the moon over it. Overall, it wouldn't be as efficient as being in orbit for refuel? Huh. Interesting. You think it'd be Freelancer, but it'll be the Battletech space feudalism first?
2 minutes after ignition, the solid rocket boosters are spent and released. 8 minutes after launch, the core stage is depleted and separated. The upper stage fires briefly, placing Orion into a parking orbit around the Earth. Here, the crew reconfigure the spacecraft and check systems to confirm everything is ready for deep space travel. With a go from mission control, the crew reignite the exploration upper stage engines to leave Earth entirely. The exact timing of this maneuver is critical to reach a speed that can escape Earth's
Send VOD to NASA,
pull,
they need this? Yeah.
Also,
yo, hey, somebody better fucking send this VOD, especially with all the chatters in here. Like, I think the 26,000 chatters that we got in here probably have a better clue of what to do next than all the fucking nerds over at NASA. We should probably save this VOD for them to, you know, look through.
Poop.
Like, when we talk about this, recognize that we sound like Donald Trump saying we should be able to nuke a tornado, okay?
put Orion on a course that will intersect the moon days later. Once this burn is complete, the upper stage of the SLS is jettisoned and the crew aboard Orion coast for several days toward all that awaits them at the moon. Approaching the moon, we see the fundamental differences between Artemis and Apollo. Instead of requiring Orion to serve as an expendable lunar command module or to carry a constrained lunar lander, the Artemis missions will take advantage of a different approach: pre-staging. Everything needed for lunar missions will be positioned in advance by commercial and international partners. This includes rovers, science experiments, and human-rated systems on the surface. But it also includes a dedicated lunar station in orbit around the moon called Gateway.
Yeah.
Here at this station, we can pre-stage a robust
Dude, that's so fucking sick. Okay, that's so sick, dude. Come on.
and establish a strong communications relay. Designed with open standards, the Gateway can be expanded as new missions and partnerships develop, allowing multiple human missions on the moon at the same time and enabling ongoing science to be conducted even between human missions. The Gateway is also capable of adjusting its orbit to allow access to every part of the moon, something the Apollo missions could not do. But the real key...
You make rocket fuel from water. A moon base would be our launch pad into the solar system. I'm literally an aerospace engineer. Chat is Pepega. Oh, okay, so I was right. Okay. Someone in the chat who said they're an aerospace engineer said you all are Pepega and said I'm right.
This approach is placing Gateway in a unique halo orbit to perfect the maneuvers.
I'm inclined to believe them when they say I'm literally a aerospace engineer because they agree with me.
Needed for Mars missions. And with the growing list of commercial and international opportunities, Gateway is the ideal hub between Earth and all that lies beyond. Returning to our crew as they approach Gateway, the Orion must match the elliptical orbit of the station in order to successfully dock. Once on board, pre-selected crew members transfer to the lunar lander, while those assigned to Gateway remain on station. The lunar lander system itself is built for 3 unique steps. Descending from the halo orbit of Gateway down to a low lunar orbit, descending from low lunar orbit to the surface, and once the lunar mission is complete, launching from the surface of the moon and ascending all the way back to the orbiting Gateway.
I'm an alien, it's not possible. I'm literally an alien.
Once back aboard the Orion spacecraft and undocked from Gateway, the crew fire their engine once to break out of the halo orbit and once again to sling the spacecraft around the moon, placing it on a multi-day trajectory back towards Earth. As they near the end of this journey, the service module is released, and the crew module is oriented heat shield first. Entering Earth's atmosphere at 25,000 miles per hour, the friction of air slows Orion considerably, while also subjecting it to temperatures of 5...
I think it's really funny if someone who is working at SpaceX is instead of at work watching the fucking actual product of their labor, watching me watch the fucking landing.
1,000 degrees. With the Orion now at just 300 miles
literally
per hour,
working on the project you're watching right now instead of fucking
produced for this moment deploy, decelerating.
Yeah, maybe that's why it blew up.
Craft to just 20 miles per hour for splashdown. With each successful mission,
just kidding.
Artemis ushers in the next wave of men and women to explore our moon.
This is so sick.
And prove that together we are ready.
This is
to
Orion?
go
oh, sorry. Dude, this shit is so fucking sick. It's so sick. It's so sick. It's so dope. I don't know what else to say about it, okay? You throw all the money at this. Especially because, like, every dollar that you spend on projects like this pays back in technological achievements in a gigantic way.
Cowboy.
And also, it should be taken entirely away from all of the budget that every country is allocated to war and all this other dumb shit. We'd probably be too old to see all this realize. Okay, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. That makes me so fucking sad. All the money that you throw towards NASA goes to space capitalism. No, it's going to be like Star Trek, dude. Once we reach space and the economy fucking blows up. Once we go to space and the economy literally fucking blows up because of all the space mining, it's fine. Like, we will fully achieve a classless, moneyless, borderless society. Biden going to shut NASA down and buy more bombs? No. We'll see. Biden's an old guy, okay? So the way we debate him is by acting like that rocket is one that you can blow like a school bus in Yemen with. So that's how you debate Americans into funding NASA. Okay, you tell them like, no, you don't understand. Like, see, that's a rocket. That's like literally a rocket, dude. That's why it's necessary. Because, you know, you'll kill so many... Dude, that rocket blew up. Think about it blowing up in a crowded area, dude. You know what I mean? Like, so many brown kids will die with that rocket. Like, and then Americans are like, all right, I'm on board. Never mind. Never fucking mind. That sounds like a good idea, brother. For a second, I was wrong. For a second, I didn't understand that you actually had a fucking good plan. For a second, I thought you wanted to do it for, you know, some sort of fucking... For a second, I thought you wanted to do some sort of, like, you know, gay science experiment or something. Fellas, is it gay to explore space?